Hi guys, in today's video I am doing my 6-week pregnancy update. Hi guys, if you have not seen any of the recent videos that I have posted, there was a very exciting update that I posted. I am expecting, I'm pregnant. So in today's video I am sharing my 6 weeks pregnancy update because this is how many weeks I'm right now. So I will tell you a few very simple things about how I feel, cravings that I have, weight gain, and symptoms that I am experiencing. So I will start with the, I don't know, boring, not boring, but like the real stuff, the symptoms that I'm experiencing. I am experiencing a lot of nausea. I don't want to say a lot. It just goes through the whole day, but it's not super horrible. It's a very mild nausea, especially if I think about it. I feel it way more than not. However, obviously some moments are like you don't think about it, but you feel it anyway. So there are like some good and bad moments throughout the day. I have never thrown up yet, and actually I haven't thrown up with any of my pregnancies. Like this will be my 3rd baby, so 2 of my other pregnancies I've never had a throwing up experience, so hopefully it stays that way. But for now it's like constant mild nausea throughout the day. When I'm getting hungrier, it is getting worse, so eating helps. However, sometimes I eat and nausea still doesn't go away, so I'm like, it's like a very weird feeling of like, did I eat too much, did I not eat enough, or did I just eat right and like it just doesn't go away because that's the way it is. But I know that like if I'm getting hungry, my stomach actually gets like painful a little bit and like the nausea gets stronger. So eating, I guess, smaller servings of food throughout the day helps, but sometimes it's like so difficult to figure out what I want that it's been a little bit difficult because I've been cooking a lot, and I will talk about it in my cravings. I feel like I just cook a lot throughout the day because I'm like, oh, I think this will make me feel better, so I will just make one small meal, and then another thing, my next meal like 4 or 5 hours after, I'm like, oh, I think I want this. So I'm like, I've been cooking a lot. Another symptom that I'm experiencing is tender breast, which I mean I think it's very common, and I'm pretty sure most of women go through this. So yes, touching, if kids kick me or if someone touches me, like gives me a tight hug, it is very painful. So that's very normal. Another symptom that I'm experiencing a little bit is like maybe a tiny bit of fatigue. However, it's not bad at all. Most of my days I do get a tiny little nap with my 2-year-old because he goes for a nap every day basically. But I don't know if I'm just tired as a mom in general, and I feel like every mom could use a nap no matter the age of their children. So I don't know if I do experience any extra fatigue or no. And I remember from my previous pregnancies I would have like extra muscular tenderness, and right now I do not have that. What I do have that is unusual for my pregnancies is a lot of heartburn. I actually taken a few Tums to help me with heartburn because yes, my throat actually hurt, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is uncomfortable. And this is, yeah, that's weird because I mean obviously there is no pressure at all because the baby is tiny. So maybe some of my organs start expanding a little bit and preparing for growth, but obviously not to the point that my stomach is like pushing against my esophagus or something like this. So that's weird that I'm experiencing heartburn. However, on the other hand, it does make sense because the hormones are kicking in, and from what I understand, the hormones make everything looser in your body, and like all the things that were a little bit tighter, muscles and like all the barriers in your throat possibly get a little bit looser, and that's why maybe there is some acid getting into my throat. And one more very common symptom that I'm experiencing is also a little bit of bloating and some gas. Both ways. I do burp a lot more than I used to, and it's like uncomfortable, that nauseous burp. When you're extra nauseous, like if you let some gas out, it does feel a little bit better, but you're still nauseous. So that's what I feel right now, and I do have a tiny bit more gas. Actually, I'm happy. I've heard a lot of like when you would read that people would get very gassy. I'm not extremely gassy, so that's That's good. But I am slightly more gassy than I normally would be. And yes, like my belly feels more bloated than normally, which obviously there is like the baby's tiny, so there's like no space that baby's taking up, but I just feel like I'm a little bit bigger than I used to be. And right now I cannot think of anything else unusual that I'm experiencing. I haven't noticed any of like extreme hair growth or nail growth. Everything is pretty normal so far. However, again, I'm like very new into the pregnancy, so like you can't have too much of that just yet. But otherwise, those are all the symptoms. Now on to the weight gain. I actually lost 1 pound, which I'm a little bit excited about because I am the heaviest. My starting weight is the heaviest out of all of my babies, so obviously not obviously, I think that's the most like the case for most of the women, that they start the lightest with their first baby and then it just slowly goes up. I hope I am able to be disciplined enough to have a very good diet throughout this pregnancy. I'm like very determined to not overeat, but with pregnancy you never know what is going to happen. So I am happy that I did lose 1 pound, and I think that's because of the nausea, that I do not eat as much as I used to. I don't feel like I can eat as much. I feel like food just sits in my stomach and doesn't process until the moment I get hungry again. So I don't think I'm eating as much. Oh, and that's right, another symptom that I have is that I'm very cold. And I wonder if that's because of my food intake, that I do not eat enough. That's why I lost weight, and maybe that's why I'm colder than I normally am. But everyone in my household is sweating and very warm, and I'm like wearing a sweater, and during nighttime I'm like having a winter robe that I'm wearing. Yes, it's very weird. I'm cold a lot, but I'm suspecting that might be the hunger that I just don't feel, and that's the way it is. But yes, my pre-pregnancy weight on my scale was at 142 pounds, and right now I'm at 141 pounds, and that has been consistent for a few weeks right now, that I have not gained or lost. I'm just staying at like the slightly lower, on the lower side of my weight, and that's, I guess, will be my starting point, where I will be counting how many pounds I will be gaining. And the last and the funnest thing that everyone normally talks about is the cravings for the food, which was I do not have any extreme cravings, but I'm definitely opting for foods with mayonnaise. Every morning so far I had tomato sandwich, so basically toast with some mayo and tomato. Toast, mayo, tomato, and maybe a little bit of salt. And actually my mouth is watering right now because I did not have breakfast, like full breakfast just yet, so I'm like, I want to eat it now. And then basically anything with mayonnaise, fried potatoes with ketchup and mayonnaise, fried veggies. I do want like very dense food, something that has like lots of density. In the very beginning of my pregnancy, like 3, 4, 5 weeks, I really wanted salads and very like crunchy and fresh things, and right now I want like an egg sandwich, soup, something very hearty and very filling and like dense in like nutrients and stuff. So, but that's interesting that for most of my meals I want to add mayonnaise, which with my second pregnancy was ketchup. In my first trimester of my second pregnancy, I ate like a gallon of ketchup. My husband got a huge thing at Costco, and I almost finished it in my first trimester. It was insane. So I'm like, I wonder if I'm going to do the same thing with mayonnaise right now. But whatever, I am trying to eat as healthy as possible, but if I crave something, I'm going to have a little bit of it, and I'm not going to feel guilty because it makes me feel better. What is interesting and fascinating, and I'm very happy with, is that I do not want dense sugary things, because before I got pregnant, I think I was addicted to sugar a little bit. It's like I wouldn't have a lot of it, but I would love to have a piece of cake, a piece of chocolate, and something like on the bigger side, not like a just small candy. I would like have a plate full of things. So right now I don't want any of it. It actually makes me feel slightly nauseous about thinking if I would want to eat it or no. So that is very helpful for me, because yeah, I don't think it would be helpful for like my body to want it. So I'm happy that's happening. And if you would like to see my belly, I'm going to show it to you now. So there's almost no belly at all, but there is a little bit. There's definitely just a touch more than I used to have. So I don't think I can suck it in anymore. I used to be able to do it without being pregnant, but I don't think there is still like a touch of belly visible. So that's 6 weeks. The baby is tiny, tiny. So it's just the muscles getting relaxed and like preparing for the pregnancy. So there you go. But those are the things that are happening in my life as a newly pregnant woman right now. I hope it was entertaining and helpful to you. I'm curious to know if you're pregnant right now. Leave me a comment below. I would like to congratulate you. But if you're not pregnant and you're just watching out of curiosity, if you have ever been pregnant, let me know. What did you crave? What was weird about your pregnancy? I would love to know that as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.